Minister, I would like to call up next to present the highly insightful masterclass on how we make useful of AI with limited infrastructure. The session will be held by visionary educator and innovator Mr. Mayskar Singh, founder of Yashmir World School. We request everyone to kindly turn their attention and welcome him with a warm round of applause.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Wing Commander Mayskar Singh, a retired air veteran, was pilot by profession. After 25 years, I decided to come and open a school in a place called Luna. We started this school 9 years back, and believe me, you, that I haven't upgraded even one technology since then, and I'm still relevant. AI came later. I started with smart computing. Okay, I started with smart computing, and then the AI came. And then when I started comparing the two, I realized we are still into smart computing. AI has been created as a monster. So before I start my session, I will just first like to know how many school owners are here. If you can raise your hands, please. Sir. And how many educators? I think rest of them are educators. Yeah, I'm quite sure. Okay, so you have to understand one thing, that by the time we actually become perfect on AI, it will take some time. The technology is actually upgrading every day, and there's a lot of confusion amongst people about AI, and that's precisely what I'm attempting to clarify. Most of you would have read on Google, on so many other platforms, and would have educated yourself about AI. First of all, just tell me, what do you consider Gemini and ChatGPT as? Yeah, tell me, ma'am. Do you consider it as AI? Is it an AI? Is it an AI? Yes. Okay. I'll tell you one thing, that is where we have just focused ourselves, and we keep on telling our students, and we teachers and the educators have become very apprehensive. I heard in Delhi and senior educators telling that the students, they bring the submissions and they are all AI copied. And they are so good that we don't know how to correct them. So I was surprised. It is a fact they will use AI, you and I cannot stop. There is no guideline you can put in place. It is virtually impossible. So let's embrace it. The only good thing about this entire thing is that let's embrace this new technology as we embrace computers. You know, around 4 to 5 decades back, 4 decades back, when it came in the market, when there were protests, elections were fought anti-computers. The same leaders whose children are now distributing laptops, their father has fought against computers. So the fact remains, we have to embrace AI in a very positive manner. Okay. Now, how to educate the teachers and the management, the administrators? Very simple. I'll put it in a very layman word. That's the reason I did not put my PPT. It would have become a very, very heavy thing. I would have virtually become an IT professor giving a lecture on AI. I wanted to connect as an owner of a school, as an educator, what I am also struggling at my level. Okay. First of all, tell your teachers to put in your brain, in all your curriculum planning, all your PPTs, put it. I am telling you, just write words and they will make the PPT and give it to you. So use it that effectively to just upgrade yourself. Okay, the language will come proper, the grammar will become okay. So you take it as an advantage, because ChatGPT is part of AI. It is not AI. Okay, it's one of the branches of AI. Now, when this OXO thing was going on, there are smart cameras and AI is being programmed, where two persons touching each other gives an alarm. Okay, so in future you will find the cameras enabled. We already have it in our school, where the proximity wand starts coming. If the driver is getting closer and you have the camera in your frame, you get an alert. And if it is a regular feature, you can have a pattern of a person and it can start reporting to you. This person has the habit of going next to the students or the teachers or the females or the males very regularly, more than the prescribed, the distance that you are fed in over there. So in future you will find this will come handy to you to identify a person, the behavioral pattern. The behavioral prediction in future will be AI. Okay, and it is not mature as of now, but yeah, it is there. A child, he falls down, you will get an alert. Then the time taken to get up and walk normally will tell you he did not have an injury. He limps, you get an alert, he had an injury. This is the future of AI. And honestly, I am telling you, the technology was already in India. Since it was a Chinese technology and the government banned in April, so everything went for a 6. And we were working on it at a very advanced stage. So that's the reason I am telling you, the AI will come to your rescue in times to come. As of now, AI is just being created as a monster. The children are being, virtually scolded. Don't use AI, they will use AI. You have to upgrade yourself. As simple as that. So if you just keep on telling everybody, okay, if the text is the only part of AI, and that is where most of the educators are worried, your submission AI se likh ke le aate hain, essays they bring it from AI, and the teachers are quite worried about that. That will happen. We have bought a software called as Turnitin. You put in over there, it gives you how much they have copied from there, where they have copied, everything is there. Then what do? If a child is just hell-bent not to do, will you fail him? Will you throw him out? You can do it, but 99% the management will say, please, admissions are there, very difficult, don't do that. So again, it's a complex situation. If you start penalizing them on that, they will start dropping out. If they start dropping out, you will have a management pressure. So the fact remains, how do we handle AI? With the limited resources. Most of the schools are not equipped, let's be very honest. CCTV cameras laga liya, smart boards have come. So many things we are trying to upgrade because, affordability, technology, internet connection, electricity, there are so many things. So it's a very complex kind of thing. I've got 550 CCTV cameras, all audio recorded, and it records for 6 months storage. Very difficult. The amount of power it consumes, I can't even tell you. But since we were doing research on this, it was an investment. So we did it. We did not pass it on to the parents. But if I ask the same thing to be replicated in every school, it is virtually impossible. I'm telling you right now, 550 CCTV cameras, okay. And then I've got more than 28 servers with me, dedicated servers, because I am in a very remote place. Internet has become stable a couple of years back. And I was on the project, so I had to put a standalone server. It is a huge investment. So please don't rush for AI right now. AI is not very mature. Now you will find the curriculum, AI curriculum, okay, it comes like an AI curriculum. So it is nothing. It is basically that you have to get used to before you come to the lecture. With all the permutation and combination, you have to upgrade yourself. You had limited books, now you have got the world at your feet, and please access to that with AI. Upgrade your lectures, okay? The second thing I would like to tell you, you can start upgrading your Hindi teachers. Okay? Hindi teachers in an English medium school are always considered to be, यार ये हिंदी बोलती हूँ हिंदी टीचर, ये PT सर है, we know इनको English नहीं आती होगी. That is how we give exception in our English schools. Everybody does that. Please tell them if we can teach the KG and nursery kids who know nothing English, you can start learning at this point of time. Your faculty upgrade will start with AI. Okay, and please just expose them, just put them how to use AI. It's just not writing on, take a free app and write something and then suddenly you get an upgrade. You have to handhold them with the AI, how to upgrade the faculty. Now the biggest challenge with the AI training is that the number of schools that are opening in India. Other day when ICSE head was there in Delhi and he said, I get more than 500 applications every year. And teachers are limited. So the shifting of teachers is very fast. Okay? And every educator every owner has got a proper, I'll say, strategy मैडम आ जाइए, आपको कोऑर्डिनेटर बना देंगे. Okay, so what happens? Your entire experience just gets drained out overnight. 3 months notice, he or she is out. So what happens? The management also is very hesitant to invest too much on teachers, because everybody says you should upgrade your teacher, you should upgrade. We are ready to upgrade our teachers. But what about the stability? I cannot train you and somebody else benefits the, yes, in a way the society is benefiting, but then we have to run a school. So what happens? The management gets on a back foot and they don't invest on that. Research, R&D is one thing. Most of these schools are not, I'll say 99% schools don't invest. They picked up a curriculum, they have got a consultant, they bring in the pedagogy and we start following that. If it's a brand, they do the hand-holding. We continue in that shadow. But what happens when you start, there are two ways of looking into it. One is that you can buy a loyalty by upgrading your teacher's knowledge, provided she's happy with knowledge and a decent remuneration. And the second thing is that everybody is ambitious to become a headmistress, but I'll tell you one thing, my personal experience when I started a school, the best of the educators, the moment I upgraded them to administrative level, it was a disaster. Okay, because educators are born, they cannot be made. I saw the similarity in the teachers. If they have the aptitude, they are not a good teacher. I can be a good motivator, but I cannot teach, and I have accepted it. And I tell my teachers, I may tell you how to teach. You give me the blackboard, I'll collapse. Okay, so the aptitude comes from within, and that is where I tell my teachers, please upgrade yourself only once you are sure you'll do justice to yourself. Not the students, leave them aside. 99% I have seen very good educators have collapsed. Very rare combination you will find a good teacher and a good administrator. There are exceptions, I don't deny that. But mostly I'm talking about the masses. So here is the place where the curriculum and the training of teachers is taken on a back seat. Because if you tell a teacher, sign a contract, I'm going to train you for 10 years, you can stay there for 20 years, but you will not like that binding document, for sure. Okay, so we have the challenges. AI is coming in. AI is coming in. The only basic thing you can tell the teachers is that please upgrade your knowledge. Be ahead of students. Use the same technology they are trying to beat you. And with your wisdom, you have to stay ahead. And that's all you can do as of now with AI. Till the time it comes in a very mature form, where I'll tell you what project I'm working on and where I'm stuck because of the hardware. I was working on a project where the teacher is taking a lecture, the students are in front, and we were all just reading the facial expression of the children and taking how interesting the lecture is. How many kids have actually seen the blackboard for how long, how many went to washroom and came back, and it was an analysis happening side by side. Okay, and this is the software that we have developed. We are supposed to launch it with EW in USA. In May and April, this hardware got banned, so I can't use that API anymore. So why I'm telling you, this was the actual AI I was looking into, where my teachers are happy. Now they don't have to shout on child. What happens once you've done the lecture, the only time you come to know whether children have understood is when you take the exam. Or randomly you pick up a child and ask. And what the habit is basically, the one who's not that good and one who's good. There are only two sectors you can cater in that 40 minutes with 60 students and 40 students, Nothing more than you can. It's your handicap, come what may. It's a fact. And the most disgusting part, now that's come, the trend is coming, most of the teachers are highly qualified. Means they have given ISK exam, they have given PCS, they have given all possible exams. They are too well qualified. And now they didn't find anything, instant job, teaching. And when their course mates and their parallel or their classmates, they have become an IS and PCS, there is a resentment, there is a discouragement. I couldn't make it. That demotivated lot is also there. How to motivate them? And then, it looks very superficial. I say, yeah, you will make IS officers. But then being an IS officer is definitely better than making an IS officer. Because mindset has changed. We have become too materialistic. Okay. So, with the new technology coming in, if you all start upgrading at the right time, in just your pedagogy, in your lectures, with the current AI available, because कुछ भी हो जाए, end of the day, computer came now, but humans are required to code. AI आएगा, automation आएगा, nobody can replace you. You can have my word, you can put it on record, you can quote me 20 years back. You can never replace humans, come what may. Reason is that one thing funny about AI you will find, suppose I pick up a person who does not use technology at all, and I ask about AI about him, he'll have nothing. But if you put a para that he is the Dean of Stanford University, Mr. So-and-so, and he has been awarded this, just put it on the AI, and next time you try to go on ChatGPT or Gemini, you see how beautifully it writes. So know the reality of AI. It is just doing collation and giving you a fast place for your comparison. So however jo AI ka hai na, just take it out. Just remain ahead of your students. That's all. And now before I got 3 minutes 20 seconds left. Before I leave this stage, I'll just tell you only one thing. The teachers and management have to understand each other. Because the questions that were in Delhi to me, when they called me for the Education World Award, he said the management does not spend money when we go and tell them. I said the management will only spend money if there is a return. So let's be very straight about it. Okay? But if you show the value of that return of the technology that is going to, they will listen to you. That is one. Same way, what happens as an owner of a school, what the first thing we do, आपका experience कितना है, इस स्कूल में पढ़ाया है, सबको उठा लोगे. They are willing, you will give them, you will pick up. And then you will tell them, no, you have to follow this, you have to follow it. फिर experience उठाते क्यों? Like in my school, I don't take experienced teacher. Because I know I have to brainwash them and start from scratch. So why to erase their 18 years or 20 years of education? So what I'm telling you, the both way you have to see, AI is incoming thing, please start upgrading right now, you will be priceless. And right now you can only develop your content, nothing else. Rest, whatever will come in AI will be mainly more relevant for the management than the educator in times to come. Okay, like avoiding OXO, attendance, teachers' concentration on board, students taking that. The lecture gets over, you get in comparison. You exactly know which child was looking at the board, who was not. So you don't have to wait. Because AI is mainly a behavioral prediction, which is the future of AI. And not by computing, by your expression, by your behavior, by your movement, and so many other things. So hang on for that AI. Okay, nothing is going to change overnight. But right now, what is the most beneficial thing is that your own teaching material upgraded with AI and reach out to the students before they reach out to you. Because you say write an essay on cow and they start the evolution of cow and come with an answer, then you are foxed. ये तो मैंने नहीं पूछा था. तो ma'am ये है available and I am giving you so what? Extra knowledge. Do you have an answer? No. One small example I'll tell. I have somebody known in Australia and she's teaching over there. And she's planning to come to India, got in touch with me and I said, okay, tell me what's the difference between both. He said, sir, what happened, I'm struggling with one student in my class of grade 3. I said, what happened? He said, very simple, she came with lot many toys and was playing in the class. So I took the toy and kept it on my table. So she said, you can't do that, that belongs to me. So she said, you cannot play during the class. So she said, you should have asked me to keep it inside. She was arguing with me. I said, no, she was putting you in place. Because simple, put it in your bag, concentrate. हमारी आदत वाली हो गई ना, punishment वाली उठाओ जमा कर दिया. Stand up, hands up. You have to stay ahead. This is alpha and beta. You're going to handle. Z are out. They are only doing protests as of now. Okay. So now you are going to handle alpha and beta. They will protest their brain against you and they really pin you down. Okay. So with this, I would like to wind off. If anybody has got any question, please let me know. Time was short. I have cut down. I still have 14 minutes. Oh, she has given me some grace. Okay, thank you. So, what I am trying to tell you, read the psychology of the child, read the psychology of the students, and then please go home and just put this. There is a behavior pattern of my child in his class. This is the behavior pattern. How do I handle? I am telling you, it will tell you so many options. Make it relevant. Go back. Correct him. He will start connecting with you. Use AI as an educator as of now only to this much. Baki, everything is thesis, you know, it's all PhD and it's going great. Right now, I'm telling you, it's helping us. My driver now writes his application in English. Because one day I told him, ये जो तू हिंदी में लिखता है ना, just put it on, ChatGPT. It will give you a lovely application. अब वो जबरदस्ती application लिखता है. He's so excited about it, so he'll write something or the other and give me other every second day. सर ये देखिए ठीक था ना, मेरा हिंदी था उसी को अंग्रेजी में मैंने खुद वो मेरे को नहीं वो मैंने जो बोला वही लिखा. But he wants to prove that nothing he has upgraded. It's just my Hindi which was bad. He always pointed me out. You know, the confidence level of that person starts. That's exactly how you have to do with your teachers. Ask them to do this basic AI exercise, okay? And if everything falls in place, maybe whenever we meet, then the behavioral AI, the prediction AI will be on, and then I will try to show you that this is precisely where the management of a system will benefit. Just imagine you are an owner of a school and there are, you've got some 60, 100 branches running, okay? And the curriculum reads at one time, it gets transmitted at one time. Every class is monitored so that everybody is on the same chapter, on the same day. This is the future of AI. Then the teachers, it's very simple. You go on Blackboard and you're writing something. How much you have used the multimedia for how long you were sitting on your chair, how much you were shouting, what was the decibel level, when you were shouting, was it logical? This is the future of AI. And it has got time and it will help us tremendously. So let's be geared up. The management, the quality control and everything is going to come out in AI beautifully. But right now, as I told you, it is just how you upgrade yourself so that they don't make you outdated. Okay, that's the only thing as of now you can do with AI. Okay, I'll take some questions and then maybe I'll add a couple of more things. Yes, please. That's really bad. Either I was too convincing, I was just blank.
सर एक क्वेश्चन है सर.
I'm so happy, sir. कुछ भी पूछ लो यार, I'll be happy.
सर फौज के बाद स्कूल क्यों?
Pardon, sir? Okay.
फौज के बाद स्कूल क्यों?
Sir, what happens? That is the problem. थोड़ा आपके टॉपिक से बाहर चला गया तो I'll tell you. What happens, sir, when we are deciding our future, it is not on an aptitude, it is actually on our wish. So the place where I live is a place called Gonda. Bagal mein there is a Gorakhpur Air Base. Jaguars have come and they were the beautiful, even today, the most beautiful low-flying aircraft. They used to fly over my village and I was too fascinated. So I kept on telling I'll become pilot. And I'm being very honest, God was very kind. Then I found out Kaun and my mama was in army. I told him I want to become a pilot. He told, okay, you have to do National Defence Academy. Now what was that? Now that is, I was told in grade 1 and 2. So National Defence Academy, कोई पूछ क्या बनोगे? मैं National Defence Academy बनूंगा. कब तक तो I was like National Defence Academy बनूंगा. To the time I came to know it's an institution, and that's a way for you to go up. And then when I was like in grade 6, my father said you go to science school. If you are so inclined, and I was too motivated, taking out cuttings and all that. So it was not the thing that I wanted to be. I got inspired, and I started going there. So when I went to Sainik school, I went to National Defence Academy, I went for my flying course in Hyderabad. I was very happy. I did my fighter school tenure. I had I have got 3 crashes to my credit. Okay. And not my fault, I was given clean sheet and all, but I had 3 crashes. I have survived 3 bullet injuries. I have survived 1 life-threatening disease. I have survived 1 road accident. फिर मेरे को लगा कि यार अब ये शायद this is not my path and it's a clear indication for you to change your path. तो rigid होने से better था what to do. I started writing about my school when I was in grade 10. I'll tell you one thing. I don't know, most of you would know, the learning ability of a child is broadly been categorized in 3. Okay, one is auditory. The other one is writing and reading, and the third one are the kinesthetic. So what happens? The teacher has got only one pedagogy to teach, but you have got students of 3 learning abilities in your class. तो आप हर स्कूल का एक स्टैंडर्ड है, and nobody can deny that. I can say with confidence कि हर स्कूल में there are branded students, 8-10 होते हैं. कहीं गदर होगा वो था क्या? Yes sir, I knew. I was part of that. I was a very outstanding student of my class. very outstanding, always outside class. So I used to be very frustrated because मेरे questions ऐसे होते थे, मुझे सिर्फ या तो मुर्गा बना दिया जाता था, या बाहर भेज दिया. Okay, so my thing is that time I started telling why this. I used to write my diaries from 7th, 8th onwards. Why she can't tell me what I'm asking? My mother was a teacher. कहती है देखो टीचर है उसी से पूछो. And उसके भाई कुछ पूछा. मैम बहुत उल्टे सीधे सवाल करता है, पूरा क्लास डिस्टर्ब कर देता है. It was a fact. मैं डिस्टर्ब तो कर ही रहा था. But the fact was my question were that why the formula is in X and Y. All formulas are written in X, Y, Z, you know, P, L, M, and they are standard. अब मेरा क्यूरोसिटी था कि इतने अल्फाबेट हैं तो सब में लिख दो यार. उसको सिर्फ एक ही चीज बताना था मुझे कि ग्लोबली दिस इज द पैटर्न, यही फॉर्मूला यूएस में यूज हो रहा है, अगर आप बदलते रहोगे तो कॉमन प्लेटफॉर्म कैसे आएगा. वन आंसर एंड आई स्टॉप रीडिंग मैथ्स. जब मैंने स्कूल बनाया था तो पहला लैब जो मैंने बनाया था वो मैथ्स लैब.
One more question.
सर
So, for a child, if they are used to using AI right now, as you said, we should encourage them. So then the answer is that everything is available on AI. Everything they ask me, I can just type it in the computer. Why do I need to go to school?
Okay, sir. Now I'll tell you. Time was short, so I was rushing to that. Okay, now I'll tell you what. Sir, you have to understand one thing. The first thing is that you have to motivate them. Okay? Even if they've got the text written by AI, ensure the class repeats the same thing in class. Aim is to teach them. Aim is not to punish them. So if he has grabbed something from AI and has written there, and you take a test and he replicates the thing, our job is done.
So the question from the child to the parent is, why do I need to go to school if I'm learning everything sitting at home?
Okay. Sir, you have to understand one thing. The question will be very weird, and it is not necessary that it has an answer. The fact remains very simple. Like I used to ask my father, do we have to study to become successful? I always used to ask my father कि पापा क्या लाइफ में कुछ बनने के लिए पढ़ना जरूरी है? हाँ बेटा बहुत जरूरी है. At this stage I realized so many examples. Guru Bhai Ambani, so many dropouts. The fact remains you have to just tell them beta you may not be that lucky. And if everybody wants to become a college dropout and start in startup and become a billionaire, the chances are, you know, 1 in a trillion. The fact remains how you motivate the child. You have to tell him the nuances both. You need not to study. Bilkul, then live your life to your terms and be ready to face the world. And you have to start now discussing them at very early age. They know it. आज वो बच्चे नहीं है कि हमको बोल दिया था कि फेरी आई थी और आपको हमारे पास छोड़ गई थी और आप आ गए. They will Google and find out how the childbirth takes place. So you have to be very realistic. You have to be very, very, very interactive with them, and you have to actually tell them कि बेटा ये process है. अब तुम digest कर पाओ चाहे ना कर पाओ, but process है. And honestly, I am telling you, in my grade 9th, I came to know how the childbirth takes place, and I was shocked. मैं एक हफ्ते डिस्टर्ब था बिकॉज एक ह्यूमन बीइंग, आई एम सॉरी बट एक ह्यूमन बीइंग की बॉडी देखो एंड इमेजिन अ चाइल्ड कमिंग आउट ऑफ दैट प्लेस. इट पुट मी ऑफ फॉर 1 वीक बिकॉज मेरी दादी ने बोला था मेरे से कि एंड यू नो व्हाट, एनीबडी आई वेंट एवरीबडी स्कोल्डेड मी एक्सेप्ट फॉर माय ताईजी, एंड शी मेड मी सिट एंड शी टोल्ड मी एग्जैक्टली व्हाट चाइल्ड बर्थ इज ऑल. मेरा पहला जो सेक्स एजुकेशन जो मुझे लाइफ में मिला वो माय ताईजी, हु वाज grade 12 pass and a school teacher of a Hindi medium school in my village opened by my grandfather. And all the IS officers, मेरे पापा के friend and all these educators and the जो professors थे, my father was a big BSA. अरे ठीक है बताएंगे तुम्हें, बड़े होगे समझ जाओगे. Sir, we all have gone through this process. The only thing is we have not realized and we have forgotten our time. और अपने बच्चों को हम education देने के लिए बैठे रहते हैं. When I used to tell my daughter, पढ़ लो, मेरे मैथ्स में बहुत अच्छे नंबर आते थे, and after she graduated from UK, she came home and मेरे घर में सफाई चली थी, she found my mark sheet, and she came screaming, Papa used to barely pass. So the fact remains, sir, बच्चों के कहने पे और हमको false hope में उनको नहीं रखना है. And you have to understand one thing, they will find out. If they say कि if everything is available on Google and ChatGPT, why do I need to school? Beta, coexistence, cooperation, sharing, mannerism, learn how a system works. You will come across so many people practically. You can't live with a digital world. There was a very interesting question that came in Delhi, and the educator was very agitated. Sir, children have become more friendly with chatbots than us. They love interacting with chatbot. Whole night they talk to chatbot. I don't know what to do. I said only one thing. Because chatbot does not opinionate. हम इतनी जल्दी ओपिनियन बना लेते हैं ना. अभी मैं यहाँ 4 हरकतें कर दूँ, आप हो गया है तो बहुत छिछोरा आदमी है. Chatbot, they don't want to get opinionated. You have to give them that room. You have to pick up those kids. You have to be friend. Understand why he's asking this question. Where did it come from? We don't have patience, sir. एक पेरेंट आया पीटीएम में और बिल्कुल कि सर हमारा बच्चा पागल कर रखा है सर, ये तो मोबाइल छोड़ता ही नहीं है सर, टीवी छोड़ता ही नहीं है. एंड माय टीचर सेड सर आप रोको ये वो. फाइनली ही वाज सो वायलेंट अबाउट इट. जल्दी भी देन दे वाज सर से मिलवा दी. एंड my wife handles the school. I'm rarely there. I just happened to be there. So when they came with lot of, you could make out they are very agitated. I think both working parents. So I just asked them only one thing: how much does your child earn? कितनी उसकी कमाई है? सर क्या बात करो, सर केजी में है. मैंने कहा, do I need to answer anything more than that? मोबाइल खरीद के आप दे रहे हो, टीवी आप घर में खुद लगा रहे हो, लेटेस्ट गैजेट घर में रख रहे हो, और फिर हमारे पास आ रहे हो लड़ने के लिए कि आपके घर को मैं चेंज कर दूँ. मेरे बोर्डिंग में मैक्सिमम पेरेंट्स हैव पुट देयर चाइल्ड ओनली बिकॉज दे कैन नॉट हैंडल द सोशल मीडिया और द इंटरनेट. 90% kids are in my hostel only because of that. And trust me, we don't give anything, and we are very advanced school when it comes to digital thing. Every legal, legible content they get an access, but they don't demand anything. मैंने आज तो बच्चों से पूछा, do you miss? No sir. But when they go home, they themselves say, sir, जैसे ही घर हम जाते हैं, then मम्मा का फोन ले लेते हैं. I want to be on my WhatsApp, I want to be on my Instagram. Why? This is the environment you create. This is the awareness you gave. आप लोग ने कितनों ने अपने स्कूल में वो वीडियो चलाया है जहाँ पे डी एडिक्शन सेंटर्स चल रहे हैं बच्चों का, विड्रॉल सिम्टम्स हो रहे हैं. हमारे वी हैड अ चाइल्ड इन अ हॉस्टल फ्रॉम 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock he was like in drug addict, withdrawal symptoms, no exaggeration. And we used to call and ask him, sweat करता था, कहता सर I don't know sir, I just want that, I want that game sir, I just want that game. You know, after school from 4 o'clock till morning 4 o'clock he was only on his PSP or something like that. Just show these two children, they are very sensitive. Bring those videos, make them aware. Anything else? 30 seconds. With that, if no questions, I'll end the session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such an engaging session. Now I would like to call Ms. Neha Jain to felicitate Mr. Mayskar Singh. Thank you, sir, for that limited resource that can never be an imagination, founder of Yasman World School.